Hey folks, I'm Pete and this is Pete's Eats Cooking Videos. Today we're going to make bruschetta, a real treat. And you know, it's a really lovely side that, everyone loves in our family, but it can also be a really nice app. And with bruschetta, the quality of the bruschetta is going to be directly related to the quality of the ingredients, like no other. However, if it's in the winter and you really can't find a decent tomato, you can still make a really good bruschetta by letting the other ingredients shine. Now, of course, in the summer we have vine tomatoes, field tomatoes, everything. So no excuses, this is going to be fabulous. The other really great thing about bruschetta is it's a really lovely combination, a barbell. On one side you have the hearty garlic bread, and the other side you have the freshness of the tomatoes and the bruschetta. You put them together and mamma mia, it's fabulous! So let's begin. So here's the ingredients. The bread. I use French stick, you can use any bread you want. Of course, many people use Italian bread. The butter for the garlic bread. Tomatoes, the best that you can find. Fresh basil, fresh garlic, salt, pepper, oregano, and the best olive oil you have on hand. And that's it. I'll show you how to do it. So for the garlic bread, I make garlic butter and then put it on the bread. And the way I do it is I just take butter, I bring it to room temperature, and then I squeeze in a clove or two of garlic. There's one. I'll put a second one in. Of course, this is just totally to your taste. And then I add salt. I always use unsalted butter, and so I salt to my own liking. And I mix it up. It'll mix up nicely, and away we go. And then I'll spread it on the bread. So when I started making garlic bread, I used to cut it into these little pieces like that, and it was a real pain in the butt. But once I started cooking for many more people, what I learned is I just cut the bread this way all the way through, or as far as you want. And away you go. Now you can just butter that and cut it up into sections. Way easier. Okay, when I butter the baguette, I'm pretty generous with the butter. Maybe that's why people like my garlic bread so much, I don't know. So I'm pretty generous with the butter. Of course, remember, you could do exactly the same thing, except without using butter, you could use olive oil. Just pop them in the oven and broil them for a bit until they're crispy, and away we go, we're done. Okay, so to cut up the tomatoes, I have these lovely vine-ripened tomatoes. I'm going to use this serrated knife. Of course, if you have a really sharp, fancy knife, you could use that too. And I just cut them up into reasonably sized chunks. And then just transfer them to the bowl once you're done. Okay, since these are really beautiful tomatoes, vine-ripe tomatoes, you can see how gorgeous they look. I'm just going to use a medium-sized clove of garlic, and I'm not even going to put all of it in, just sort of half of it. And then we'll put some pepper. Of course, this is all to taste. I like pepper, so I'm going to put quite a bit of pepper. And then I'm going to put oregano. I'm not going to put too much oregano, again, because I want those tomatoes to shine through. So just a bit of oregano, and then I'll put some salt, and that'll really bring out the tomatoes as well. Salt and tomatoes is the marriage made in heaven. And then olive oil. I have a really nice California olive oil, not too expensive, but very tasty. And this is all to taste, just so I can start to see it up from the bottom a bit. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some fresh basil and I'm going to tear it up and throw it in. And this is to taste as well. Definitely, 3 or 4 leaves. And then I'm just going to stir it up. And it's ready to go on the garlic bread. You can serve it actually right on the garlic bread, or you can just serve it sort of as a side and people can put it on themselves. So let's get that garlic bread done and we'll show you the final product. So there you go, garlic bread and bruschetta. Absolutely delicious. We'll load these up and they'll be gone in no time. Enjoy.